Before we will start the tutorial, let me show you first my mercs. I have an online store in Spreadshirt and Teespring known as Spring, where you can buy various apparels and drinkwares that most of them I design it myself. Link on my store are provided in the description below so you can check it out, and you can choose different products with different designs. You even have the options to choose which product you like most. If you want to see more products, you can scroll it down and click the load more for more interesting designs and exciting products. If you want to surprise your loved ones with gifts, this might be a good option. So guys, if you want to buy one of these products, it means a lot to me because it helps maintaining my channel. So thank you guys. Guys, welcome to my After Effects tutorial. For those who are new to my channel, please consider subscribing and click the notification bell for updates of my videos. Today, I'm gonna be showing you how to do this. Let me start by importing all the elements that I need in my project. Go to File, Import File, go to where your drive that you stored your assets, Import Folder, and create composition. New composition, I will name it C1 text. Again, another composition, I'll name C2 text or with solid mask. 1920, 1080p, 30 frames per second, and duration is 10 seconds, which is the same too with the text one. Press OK. I will create 8 compositions for our scene 1, so I will again create another composition and I will name it C3 text reveal. I'll again create another composition and I will name it C and then Luma 1. Click OK. I will again create another composition. I will name it C5 animation 1. Click OK. I will make again another composition. I will name it C6 reflection. Okay. Again create another composition. I will name it C7 pre-final. Click OK. Last composition for the scene 1 and I will name it C8 final animation 1. And click OK. I'll just change one of these because I messed up with this one. It should be C2. That's why I numbered it so that I will know which is the first one that I made the composition and the last one that I made. So I will click the first composition, which is the text one, and I will create a text. And I will use the font master of break font, type V. And then I will create another text, type wedding. Type another text, write the wedding date. I need to change the font size for this one. I want 150. Center it horizontally and vertically. Click the 72 pixels. I will just horizontally align it move it a bit lower. Then I will highlight this one and align it also horizontally. Move it up a bit. Now we will open the C2 or the composition tool, which is the text with solid mask, and then bring down the composition one, which is the text one, and then create a layer of solid, this one, a black one. While highlighting this one, create a shape mask like this. And then highlight all the mask, open it, go to the mask expansion, click the stopwatch in here to create a keyframe, and go for about 4 seconds. Increase the mask expansion until such time that the text will be gone. I think this is good enough. Close it up and make this an alpha. Then I will go to composition 3 and then bring down the composition 2. Create another new solid, color black. Put this one at the bottom. Find tint, apply this effect. Find another effect called find edges. Apply this effect. Then find another effect called curves. Make your curves probably a bit darker here. Just drag it down to make it darker. We have to go to composition 4, which is the Luma one, and drag the composition 3 text reveal 1, and then create a solid. The color probably is white. Then drop it down, make it Luma matte. So now as you can see, there is a little bit of movement in here. We are now inside composition 5. All we have to do is to drop down the Luma 1, which is the C4 or composition 4, drop it down, and then we will also drop the composition 2, which is the text with solid mask. Apply each layers with effects. In the Luma 1, apply the matte choker. I will make the geometric softness to 4. Choke will be 90, I think, and then the iteration is 2. And then on the second layer, which is the composition 2, I will apply a fill. And I want the color to be black. And then we will go to reflection, go to project, drop down the reflection image to your timeline. Press S for scale and Shift P for position. Undo this one. All we need to do is just to change the size vertically, and then enable this one so that it will not change its size proportionately. Scale this one up, down a bit. Sure that this selection here will be at the center. Apply an effect on it called motion tile. I want the output width to about 500. Mirror edges. Click the position. I will move the image about like this, and then move my playhead to about 10 seconds this way. We are now inside composition 7, which is the pre-final animation 1 or pre-final 1. And what I will do is to drag the animation 1 down on the timeline. Composition 2, which is the text with solid mask, make it 2. And then drag down the reflection, put it in between the text with solid mask. Apply alpha matte on it, apply effects on. Apply first the CC class. I also want to apply the CC globalize. I will change the surface by opening it up. Change the bump map to animation 1. Change the softness to 50. Height is -50. Displacement is 446. Light is point light instead of distant light. Open globalize. Change the blob layer to animation. Change the softness to about 6. Cutaway is 3. And change the lightness to alpha. And the light to in here we will change instead of distant light to point light. And then highlight the composition 5, which is the animation 1. And I want to apply fill on it. And I want it orange. And then I will create a new adjustment layer, put it on top, apply an effect on it. I want to apply curves, change the color to red from RGB, drag it up, and then change the red to green, drag it up. Also the blue one here, drag it down. Duplicate the curves by pressing Ctrl D and then reset it. And I want this side, and I will also create another one here, a point. I will make it like this so it looks like that, right? And then I will also apply a hue and saturation. Change the master saturation to about 20. Now you can see that our animation has changed to a golden color. Render it, you will see that our text has a golden color, which is cool. Now let's go to composition 8, which is the final for animation 1. Drag the composition 7 pre-final. Drag your elements that you want to use in here, which is for me, I want to use this image. Drag it down to my timeline. Press S and the rotation, Shift R. And I will change the angle to probably 90. Enable this one. The equal proportion is disabled. Change the size on it to about 75. Let's see. There we go. Then I will create a new solid. Probably just BG or background. And I want it colored gray. Click OK. Put it at the bottom, so I will change only this one to border. So you will see the looks on while animating the text. So now in here I will create another folder and I will name it scene 1 because all the composition that we created are all scene 1. These are the compositions that we need and required to make a scene 1. If I want to create another one, another scene, all I have to do is just to create another folder and I will name it scene 2. And I will duplicate these ones. The scene 1, duplicate it. Once it's already been duplicated, I will move it on the scene 2. So the scene 2 now, as you can see, if we will open it up, there are compositions already inside. So all we have to do is to close this all and then highlight this scene 2 compositions and double click it so it will open all. So now we can see that there are compositions in here which are arranged. You know already there is a composition 1, composition 2, composition 3. So you now know which compositions that you have to do first. Like for now, I just want to use the composition one to change my text. All you have to do is to drag and drop. We will now go to composition 2. As we can see in here, still in text 1, so we have to replace this one with the new composition that we have, which is the scene 2. So all you have to do is just to press Alt and hold it and drag it down like this. This is still one scene, so we have to make it scene 2. One in here, we have to change it to 2. Executable 2. While holding the Alt, drag it down. We will go to composition 5 animation 2, open it up, and then highlight the composition for Luma 1, change it with composition for Luma 2. Also change the composition to text with solid mask 1 with composition text with solid mask 2. You don't need to change the reflection because the reflection should be the same. So all we have to do is to go to composition 7. All the one in here, we will change it except the adjustment layer because we don't change it. But this one, option 2, we don't need to change it. Change the text with solid mask from 1 to 2. And the animation 1, 2, we have to change it. Now as you can see, they all change in terms of text, but because we still have to make another one, we'll change the composition 7 pre-final to composition pre-final 2. Drag the image that we need here. All you have to do is to drag this one because this is the photo that we need. Delete this one, drag the footage that we need, these two in here. Apply an effect on it. Just change the blend mode first and apply an effect on it called tint. Press T for opacity, just want it 2%. Make a drop shadow on this layer composition 7. Go to layer and layer styles and just click drop shadow. Make it more dark. So when you make the scene 3, it's just the same as what we did in the scene 2. The difference is just we don't use any more photo on it. It's just the same with the scene 1. Change the text on it. For the scene 3, again I will create another folder scene and I will name it 3. Duplicate this one, drag it up. Scene 3 are almost the same with doing scene 2, so I must have to fast forward it so you will not wait. So now we will create another composition and we will call it final render. And I want the duration to be 30 seconds. Click OK. Open the scene 1 and find the composition 8 or C8, then drag it down to my timeline and open again the scene 2, find the composition 8 final animation 2, drag it down to my timeline, close it, open scene 3 and find again the composition 8 final animation 3, drag it down to my timeline and highlight it all and then open opacity by clicking my keyboard T. And then I will create a keyframe by clicking the stopwatch here. I will change this to 0. Then go forward about 2 seconds maybe. I want to make it 100%. I will click my right mouse, go to keyframe assistant. I will click sequence layer. I will click Okay, and now the layers are arranged. I will go to my asset, go to sound effects, drag it down to my timeline, and I will move forward to about 28. Click the stopwatch here, go to the end, and then change it to negative 48. RAM preview it, and let's see what happens. I put back my playhead here at the beginning. Go to composition, add to render queue. I want it quick time, okay, and press the output to final render, and then I will already make it the resolution to be full. All I have to do is go back again here and render it. Now it's rendering. I hope guys that you will be able to learn something on it, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and press the notification bell so that you will be updated to the new videos that I'm gonna be uploading in the near coming days. Thank you.